It's pretty crazy, yeah.
How old are you?
35.
That was disinformation.
It was.
35-year-old.
Half
Half
bisexual, not fully gay. So.
Oh, you're bisexual?
Yeah.
What's happening, everybody? Destiny recently joined comedian Adam Friedland on his show, The Adam Friedland Show. Destiny shocked host Adam Friedland with his hatred of the middle class, among other unhinged takes. With that, let's watch Destiny make a fool of himself in front of not some Trump sycophant, his words, but instead liberal comedian Adam Friedland. Let me guess another stupid Destiny tip. Let's go.
The profile of streamers is skyrocketing. We had Trump on Aiden Ross. Have you met this schmuck before, Aiden Ross?
Yeah, he said I was a 40-year-old like 15 times in a row. We were fighting on Discord to each other. It was pretty crazy, yeah.
How old are you?
35.
That was disinformation.
It was.
35-year-old.
Half bisexual, not fully gay. So.
Oh, you're bisexual?
Yeah.
Let's say, would you debate Donald Trump?
Yeah, of course.
Would you cook him?
Obviously, yeah.
What's your strategy going?
It would just be personal insults the entire time. Trump doesn't debate on facts, so if you go there and you're like, we're going to do the child tax credit, blah, 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 and he's like, you're gay.
You're gay.
And it's like, fuck.
That'd be,
yeah, nobody, yeah. No, you're, yes.
Yeah. His supporters kind of know he's lying, right? But they say that he's our guy, and that's why he's lying. And that's why we, like it. He's lying for us.
But it's because he has like a very large conservative media sphere to draw from that are all supportive of him as the candidate, so he can do a lot of shows where he's never held accountable. But the left doesn't really have that.
MSNBC?
There's more commitment on the right to like a sycophantic support of the candidate, right? Like when Biden had his pretty bad debate performance, right? If Trump had a performance like that, do you think Fox News or the Daily Wire are like calling, maybe Trump needs to step down as a candidate? That's never, ever happened.
You're saying that Fox News is like state media?
They're Trump media.
You occupied a position that...
I think I heard Destiny say he's not fully gay. I don't know all the lingo of alternative lifestyles. But if you're bisexual, doesn't that mean you bang dudes? So, being gay is pretty black and white. You're not kind of gay or half gay. Destiny. It's 2024, man. It's cool. You're gay. Now, the host, Adam Friedland, it's my understanding he's kind of a center-left guy. And just from this clip I've seen of him, I don't have any problem with him. He said a lot of his supporters know that he's lying, talking about Trump. And what's Destiny's answer? I mean, again, those of you defending Destiny in the comments, this is a terrible response. He has a lot of conservative media supporting him, so he's never held accountable. 34 felonies for hush payments to a porn star? That's not accountability. I think that's enough accountability for 10 lifetimes of misdeeds. And what lies are we talking about that we all know about but let him get away with? That his crowd at his first inauguration wasn't as big as he said it was? You're right. You got us there. Or that he said if he was elected, he'd end the war in Ukraine in one day. Didn't live up to that promise. It's a shame. So, yeah, I guess I got to take their point. I do just accept his lies because of all these conservative mainstream outlets.
Like that he was mentally competent to run for president again?
Like mentally competent and like fast enough to do like the debating stuff, I think are two different things.
We saw him debate Trump 4 years before that.
Do you think that's dementia?
The entire like liberal media apparatus was like, well, actually, when you talk to him, he's fine. And I do think the American people felt like, well,
wait. Do you
like
think
bullshit.
that you think after that debate, you think the liberal media apparatus
prior
was
to that even?
Yeah, prior to that because they'd heard that. But do you think that they were lying about that, or do you think that that's just what they were hearing?
I do think that they lost the faith of the electorate.
I'm not asking. I'm asking. Do you think they lied about it, or do you think they were hearing that and so they reported because they thought it was true?
I think people were afraid of Donald Trump winning, maybe.
And the way to be sure that you beat Donald Trump is to lie about Biden when he goes on stage and he has dementia.
Yeah,
everybody
the other
thinks
guy's not
crazy.
retarded. Yeah.
Yeah, but then why wouldn't he have just avoided the debates?
If you want to beat Trump, you should have a guy that's not retarded.
Yeah, but then I'm just saying, what I'm saying is that What I'm saying is conspiracy theories used to be good, but like this one doesn't even make sense.
It's not a conspiracy
It
theory.
is, because you're alleging with no evidence that all of them knew that
evidence
Biden was
is
gonna.
seeing this
All of
bastard.
them knew that Biden was gonna fuck that debate up, but they all said he wouldn't, and then he had the debate anyway.
No, that's
This
not what I'm
only
alleging.
works if he doesn't have the debate.
I'm not alleging that.
Oh.
What I'm alleging is that we were told that, yeah, maybe.
You think all the media were lying about that? Yes. I mean, again, guys, if you support this guy, please stay in the comments and defend this. Does anyone, right or left, not believe that the media lies to fit their own narrative? And then he suggested that they were just reporting on it because they heard about that. What? What? Do you think that's how the mainstream media delivers news, is hear about something and talk about it? Or do you think it's a very artfully crafted narrative where every sentence is meticulously put together and what keywords to specifically use? Are you kidding me? And are you suggesting they didn't all tell us that he was 100% mentally competent? Every single mainstream liberal news media outlet was parroting that the Republicans are crazy. Joe Biden is as sharp as he's ever been. I remember Joe Scarborough specifically going on a rant about that. And I remember that douchey kid, Harry Sisson, saying that too. That loser.
He sounds like shit right now, but behind closed doors,
Yeah, you're repeating this. My question is, do you think they were lying about that, or do you think they genuinely believed it?
I think it tracked as bullshit to everyone.
Okay,
Yeah.
You're still not answering the question, but that's okay. Like from what I perceived, like we're in different
ahead.
worlds, right? That after Biden had that
we're in New York
debate,
City.
the whole Democratic world fell apart. They were like, he's got to go. We got to get this guy out of here. This is horrible. This is terrible. Donald Trump will never have a response like that in the right-leaning world, ever. He lost in 2020. His candidates lost in 2022. His
Sure.
special election picks. He's a loser politically in every sense of the word, but nobody will turn their back on him.
He just won as president.
He did this time, yeah. But
what do
after
you mean?
4 years of like losing elections, what I'm saying is,
we got the apprentice back.
he threw paper towels at Puerto Ricans and he talked about nuking hurricanes, but he never did the "you're fired" line. That's wild.
Well, he never put Hillary in a fucking dungeon like he promised us. You think I'm a Republican?
No,
I think
shit.
what the Democratic Party's
Mm-hmm.
message these days is pretty much you can't get health care, but we painted a rainbow crosswalk.
And all those people with like pre-existing conditions that can like switch jobs now, they're not enslaved to one company for the rest of their lives because they can't get health insurance. It's the same shit, right? Do you have any chronic conditions?
Big.
The standards of living, and by every measurable thing, I think people's lives have gotten better, but I think we feel a lot based on like what we're being told and like what's in our environment around us. I think this is evidenced by the fact that Donald Trump could go on stage and like, weren't you better off 4 years ago? And everybody's like, yeah. And it's like 4 years ago we were in fucking lockdowns and the world was horrible.
I mean, like, there's that statistic about like 50% of Americans can't afford $1,000 emergency.
Yeah, but
you know?
like those things, like 70% of people live paycheck to pay. Like people, I don't know how I feel about those. Those are weird ones, yeah.
But living paycheck to paycheck is stressful, right?
I'm going to be honest, okay?
Yeah.
Hey, if you like watching videos like these, like and subscribe. I'd really appreciate it. Let's get back to the video.
I hate the middle class. When I
So
was,
you want
when
it-
I was poor, okay, middle class people, they spend like they're rich and they LARP like they're poor people. And when I was poor, middle class people always act like they're so much more than they really do. And now that I'm rich, middle class complain like they're working class and they're not.
That's just
I hate them.
just a weird perspective.
It's not. It's correct. It's absolutely right. A middle class guy will say shit like, I live paycheck to paycheck. I can barely afford like the 4th car payment we have when we got our second child a car. Like it's like stressful out here. Like we only went to Disney World twice this year. That's like a middle class like paycheck to
That's
paycheck
your personal
complaint.
gripes with people. You should get people more money. The government.
Yeah, but like,
And you should
Who
offer
is
a
it-
tangible way to do
well,
that.
here's the way. Well, so Kamala Harris's policies were the most tangible way to do that. Well,
Now, this is going to surprise everyone. I was accused in the comments section of political hackery. Yeah, you heard it, me. The suggestion was that I only think things that Republicans do are good and that liberals like Destiny are full of it. I mean, I can't, that's blasphemous. I can't imagine. I'm very objective. What are you talking about? Like Destiny made a lot of good points there. Like, middle class, no, not that one. Better 4 years. No. Well, to whoever that guy was, or lady, it's probably a lady, right? Because a guy wouldn't leave like a Karen kind of message like that, right? But anyway, I'll get back to all the good things Destiny said, but there was a couple things I want to touch on that I thought were just maybe a little off. Like when he said he hates the middle class. But he did give good reason, because how he feels about someone apparently sometime in his past that was in the middle class and lived beyond their means. Hey, you're right. Rock solid argument. I can't poke any holes in that one. Now, Destiny claims that he doesn't believe that 70% of Americans are living paycheck to paycheck. Does that sound familiar? If it does, it's because it's exactly what every single out-of-touch news anchor on MSNBC or CNN would say to you. No wonder other liberals knock Destiny for being a shill for the establishment. He's sounding just like their news people now. Oh, and I wanted to point out, since I've watched so many Destiny debates and seen him evolve into the debater that we get today, I've noticed lately he's got a new strategy or shtick, and that is, if someone asks him, well, 80% of Americans say that they believe XYZ. His new move, multiple debates, is that doesn't really affect them. They just think that because they heard it. That's like a get out of any argument answer. If you're just going to disregard the data, please tell me that I'm not the only one seeing how far off the deep end this guy has gone. We've learned in this short interview that he believes that the liberal news media doesn't lie. He hates the middle class, which anyone who's middle class, which I aspire to someday, but anyone who's middle class, that's what he thinks of you. He knows what you believe better than you know what you believe, because he knows that you just heard something and that's why you believe it. It's not really what you think. He thinks it's all BS that people are living paycheck to paycheck. And finally, he thinks that the liberal mainstream media didn't know that Joe Biden was mentally compromised prior to that debate. Destiny, everyone. Now, I did say I was going to point out some of his good takes in this, but I am out of time, unfortunately. But please, tomorrow, next episode, I promise you'll get a long list of all of his great political takes. Am I going insane? Did he make a single good point there? With a liberal host, mind you. If he did, please tell me how I'm wrong in the comments. I'll happily accept that. But I want to know what you think. I have my bias, clearly. I've been called out now. But honestly, did he make some really good points in the clip that we just watched? Or am I misinterpreting what he said somehow just because I have such a preconceived notion of him? Please let me know in the comments, good or bad. Anyway, that's it for this video. If you like seeing Destiny make great arguments like this, then click on one of the two videos that just popped up on your screen. Otherwise, as always, I really, really appreciate you watching. The end.